contestants' relationship is like their iPad. They don't have an iPad. Please welcome Ben. Ben, which millennial mindset are you challenging today?
So I'm actually agreeing with the millennial mindset that we are easily influenced. The fastest growing area in marketing is influencer marketing. But why? It's because it receives 11 times more ROI than normal digital marketing. So how does that work? Influencer marketing is tapping into content creators with an audience and getting them to talk about a brand. Now, by doing this, they can then make their money, but this then changes it because it now means their audience can look to what they're using and potentially buy it. Now, this is making us more influenced as a generation because we're now starting to look at what these content creators are doing and start to want to get what they have. Did you know that Metro recently did an article about the top 5 dream jobs? And no longer is it a doctor or a policeman and that sort of thing. A YouTuber was in the top 5. Why? Because of the level of influence, because of the creativity and what they have. We want to be influenced, we want to not have brand loyalty, we want to be able to choose what we want. And that's proven by the fact that apps like Instagram are allowing you to buy clothes that influencers are wearing in one click, because that's what we need.
Woo! Bang on. Wow.
Great.
10 points there.
So I'm just reading a book at the moment. A lot of it's got to do with all this sort of thing. And one of the things that talked about this generation, that it's a generation that's obsessed with making the world a better place. And I sat there and I thought, why is that a bad thing?
When you look at the statistics around young people and their dream place to work, and some of the traits they look for in their dream place to work is that big CSR budget and desire. And that's not a CSR budget, it's in chucking money into good causes. It's getting the staff involved in trying to help a good cause. And I think that's because of social media, we see the reality of the world a lot easier today. We open up Facebook or whatever in the morning and suddenly we see pictures of poverty or pictures of depression and pictures of negativity, and we're now more awake to that's happening in the world. I think people now have a desire to want to change it.
So if this is the narcissistic generation, but maybe is it the generation that's maybe more potential to make a difference than any other generation?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think narcissistic people is just coming from that level of being insecure and feel like they have to be that to cover up their failures. I don't think we're narcissistic down to our blood. I think actually all of us have got this core which you want to help and want to do well.
Yeah.
You know what it's time for?
Wildcard.
Oh, yeah!
Team 1, you have 15 seconds to plan your team's response.
Okay.
Please respond to this phrase. Millennials are more concerned about winning arguments than sustaining relationships. 10 seconds.
Anyone come to mind?
I'll wait for
All right, that's your time up.
As a team, we actually disagree with this statement. We actually don't think that we are so consumed with winning arguments over actually sustaining relationships. We truly believe we come from a generation that has opinions and we want to learn more about each other. And because we want to learn more about each other, it is giving us the chance to enter into a deeper relationship when we do get into discussions such as arguments.
Everybody loves winning arguments, sometimes for winning argument's sake. And I'm in a relationship where both of us love winning arguments all the time. And if it was about winning arguments, the relationship wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, and I just think this millennial generation, we're not afraid to voice our opinion, to say what we're going to say, because we do believe, if we believe in something, we can change the world. So it's not about winning an argument and disagreeing with someone and ending a relationship. It's about disagreeing with that thing of saying, hey, look, this is my opinion, this is your opinion. And I believe we can meet in a mutual ground, but I'm going to stick by what I believe.
Boom.
I thought that was very good content for 15 seconds prep, so I'm going to give you my bonus 20 points.
Come on.
Do you think in the workplace, people feed people's own self-importance, and that's why they act like that sometimes, or within friendship groups, like keep telling you you're amazing, keep telling you this, all this kind of stuff?
Or is it that people have something missing and they need this thing, this affirmation?
Affirmation,
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it there's something missing?
Yeah, I agree with Gary. It's that people, like, so many people prefer to surround themselves with, like, hype men. People that are going to tell them what they want to hear, as opposed to those conversations that you may not want to hear, but it's actually going to benefit your life. So yeah, I totally agree.
Very
with
good.
when you promote somebody to become a manager, quite often you'll see them change, feel like they're now changed to be this manager. And I think, yes, there is an element of change, but you also have to realise you were chosen for that because of who you were, and you don't have to change and try and be this thing or not to fulfil this role. And it comes down to the whole servant leadership sort of thing, where actually you need to be true to who you are and don't get caught up in this fake, what you think you should be, because that's what the world's pushing you to be.
I actually wanted to ask Mikey a question, because some young people do struggle with narcissism. Talk to me about your journey of overcoming narcissism.
So I was in the entertainment industry, and I was definitely all about myself. I had those people around me that would just fill me up with what I wanted to hear. And I actually kind of learned along the way that you had to be all about you, your center stage. Yeah, that was my life, and I actually took that everywhere I went. I was always wanting to be the center of attention, and when I didn't have it, I actually felt pretty worthless. And even when I became a Christian, throughout that phase, I was trying to navigate how confidence, how Gary was saying, it's good for everyone to be confident, but how confidence and narcissism aren't two of the same thing. So people would look at me and they would say, oh, you're narcissistic. But the truth is I wasn't. I was just confident in who I was because I was understanding who God said who I was.
Yeah. Right.
So it was actually working that out and being comfortable in myself to say, okay, I'm an extrovert, I'm a confident person, and if someone wants to label me narcissistic, that doesn't matter because I have a label from God that says who I am, and that's what I know.
Absolutely amazing thoughts there from both teams and our panel. But it's coming to the end of the show, and we need to announce the winner. Ooh. And let me just get it right here. Wow. By a mile, Team 2! 70 points, well done, guys.
Wow, thank you so much for tuning in to Southpaw. We really do hope you've been challenged and inspired by what you've heard today. But for now, we'll see you next time.
Next time I'm going to use my bonus points.